Imagine this. A car that hasn't been on American roads for decades suddenly makes a comeback. But not just any comeback. It arrives with more power, sharper design, and technology that rivals even the most modern performance machines. Yes, the legendary Chevrolet Nova Super Sport is back for 2026, and it's not here to blend in. It's here to shake the muscle car world all over again. But is this truly the revival enthusiasts have been waiting for? Or just another nameplate brought back for nostalgia's sake? Let's find out. The 2026 Chevrolet Nova Super Sport isn't just another car rolling into showrooms. It's the rebirth of a nameplate that once defined American muscle. Back in its glory days, the Nova was known as a compact powerhouse, offering raw performance at a price that made speed accessible to everyday drivers. Now Chevrolet is bringing it back with a modern twist, aimed at blending nostalgic muscle car spirit with today's demand for style, technology, and efficiency. This launch matters because Chevy isn't just reviving an old name. They're entering a highly competitive market where muscle cars are fighting to stay relevant against electric rivals, SUVs and imports. The Nova SS is positioned as a statement piece, one that appeals to longtime enthusiasts, while also trying to win over a new generation of drivers. But the big question is, has Chevrolet managed to capture that original Nova magic while delivering a car that can actually compete in 2026? That's what we're about to find out as we take a closer look at its design, performance, and overall value. Now let's dig into what makes the 2026 Chevrolet Nova Super Sport such a talked-about return. At first glance, the design is unmistakably modern, but carries enough nods to the classic Nova DNA to spark nostalgia. The front fascia is bold, with a wide, aggressive grille framed by slim LED headlights that give it a sharp, futuristic look. Move along the side, and you'll notice the muscular stance, sculpted fenders, a low roofline, and those wide wheels that scream performance even when the car is standing still. The rear brings it home with quad exhausts and a subtle lip spoiler, balancing elegance with raw attitude. It's the kind of car that turns heads in a parking lot before you've even started the engine. Step inside, and Chevrolet has clearly aimed to blend sportiness with daily comfort. The cabin feels driver-focused. Bucket seats that hug you in place, a flat-bottom steering wheel, and digital gauges that glow with customizable layouts. At the same time, you'll find modern conveniences, a large infotainment screen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a premium sound system, and even ambient lighting to set the mood. This isn't just a bare-bones muscle car anymore. It's designed for long commutes as much as weekend track runs. Performance, though, is where the Nova SS really tries to stake its claim. Under the hood, Chevrolet offers a range of engines, with the highlight being a V8 pumping out over 450 horsepower. That means 0 to 60 in just under 4 seconds. Quick enough to put pressure on rivals like the Dodge Challenger and Ford Mustang. But here's the twist. Chevy has also introduced a turbocharged 4-cylinder option, aimed at buyers who want muscle car style without guzzling fuel. It's a bold move, one that could either expand the Nova's audience or risk alienating purists who demand big block power. Handling has also been refined. The suspension feels tighter, steering is more responsive, and advanced drive modes let you switch from a comfortable cruiser to a sharp track performer with a flick of a button. Add in Brembo brakes and performance tires, and the Nova isn't just about straight-line speed. It's built to take corners with confidence. Still, the question lingers. Can it truly rival the precision of European performance cars in its class? That's something enthusiasts will be eager to test. Of course, not everything is perfect. Space in the back seats is tight. Visibility out of the rear window is limited. And with all the added tech, the Nova is no longer the budget-friendly muscle car it once was. Price-wise, Chevrolet hasn't revealed the full lineup yet, but early indicators suggest it'll sit higher than some expected, raising the question of whether fans will pay more for a badge steeped in nostalgia. So, while the 2026 Nova Super Sport clearly brings plenty of power, style, and modern touches, the real story may come down to whether it can balance its legendary name with today's expectations. And here's where everything comes to a head. Numbers and specs are one thing, but the real test is how the 2026 Chevrolet Nova Super Sport feels when you actually put it on the road. The moment you press the ignition, the V8 growls to life with a deep, commanding note. Not artificial, not muted, but raw enough to raise goosebumps. Drop it into sport mode, slam the accelerator, and the Nova lunges forward with a surge of power that pins you to the seat. 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds feels every bit as thrilling as it sounds. And the torque delivers an instant punch that reminds you this is no ordinary modern muscle car. But it's not just straight-line speed. On winding back roads, the suspension tuning and steering response show how far Chevy has pushed this revival. The car feels planted, eager to dive into corners, and surprisingly balanced for something with this much muscle under the hood. There's a level of control here that earlier Novas never even came close to, and it's clear Chevrolet wanted this car to be more than just a nostalgia trip. It feels modern, competitive, and, dare we say, refined. Still, there's a twist. That turbocharged 4-cylinder option, the one meant to broaden the Nova's appeal, in real-world driving it feels underwhelming compared to the SS experience. It's smooth, it's efficient, but it lacks the heart-thumping excitement that makes a muscle car feel alive. For some buyers, that might be a deal-breaker. For others, it could be the perfect compromise between style and practicality, and that's the turning point. The 2026 Nova SS has the performance chops to stand toe-to-toe with rivals, and in some areas, it even exceeds expectations. Yet, the question remains, does Chevrolet's gamble on balancing nostalgia, modernity, and multiple engine choices pay off? That's what we need to weigh carefully as we move into the final verdict, because the answer might surprise you. So, after taking the 2026 Chevrolet Nova Super Sport through its paces, what's the final word? At its best, this car is everything fans hoped for. Aggressive styling that honors the past, performance numbers that hold their own in today's muscle car arena, and a driving experience that feels both thrilling and surprisingly refined. The V8-powered SS is the true heart of the lineup, delivering the raw excitement that makes muscle cars iconic. On the flip side, the Nova isn't without its drawbacks. Rear seat space and visibility are tight. The entry-level 4-cylinder feels more like a styling exercise than a true performance option, and pricing will likely push it out of reach for the budget-minded enthusiasts who once made the Nova a household name. In short, the Nova SS shines brightest when it leans into its muscle heritage, but it risks diluting that magic if it tries too hard to be everything for everyone. Who does this car really suit? The dedicated muscle car enthusiast who wants nostalgia with modern performance will love the SS. Younger buyers who crave the look but need a more affordable, fuel-conscious option might lean toward the 4-cylinder. And for the broader market, the Nova's return signals something bigger. A reminder that American automakers still see value in building cars that stir emotion in an era dominated by SUVs and electric crossovers. Whether this revival shapes the future of muscle cars or stands as a bold one-off experiment, the 2026 Nova SS has already made an impact by reigniting a legend. Now the question is, does it live up to your expectations? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know which trim you'd choose. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth reviews of the cars shaping tomorrow's roads.